3, 2, 1. Hello everyone, welcome to the first official episode of Newbs Afternoon Delight. I'm one of your lovely, luscious hosts, Big Sexy.
I'm Chessa.
I'm Scarlett Johansson.
What?
Dripmeister. I'm Dripmeister.
Oh, Dripmeister.
Yeah.
Man, Scarlett
Hey,
Johansson's really fallen off these days, hasn't she?
Hey, Drip, how'd you get your name anyway?
Well, you see, in 6th grade, so it stuck with me.
Wow, that was a really enlightening story.
It was. It gives you a little insight on who he is.
Now I feel
It
like
shows
I
you really
know
what's
him.
important to me.
So, Drip, go ahead and explain what we're doing today.
A visual novel, Katawa Jojo, which stands for Disabled Girls. In this visual novel, you play as Hisao, a typically average character who's very relatable, who winds up having to go to a disabled school where he meets 5 women, and depending on your choices, you can get with any of them.
Get with.
Bow wow.
As in, emotionally.
Oh.
And I would say physically as well, yes?
Yes, there are those, but that's not why I played it.
Right. This game is also pretty tasteful about it too, in my opinion.
Yes. There are sex scenes with crippled girls. We'll get that out right now.
And yet, it's classy still.
Yes. You come away feeling like you don't have to take a shower afterwards, and that tells you it's good writing. So, alright, Chessa, why did we enjoy this game? And why do most people seem to enjoy this game so much?
Simply put, the feels, man. But to expand on that, it elicited a lot of good feelings, depending on which story you did at least, and the kind of personality you are. You like stories more than others. Personally, I like Lily's story the most, I think. It's just some very happy, some very sad feelings, a great emotional roller coaster, but it elicited a very accomplished feeling in me once I finished the story. I was just sitting there that was well done. Whoever wrote that was very, very masterful with it. I can't say I felt that way for all the stories, but in general, it's just well written. It was very tasteful in its H scenes, and I think that's why a lot of people liked it. It wasn't overly done. It was just well thought out, well put together, and well worth the wait for how long it took for them to develop the game.
Yeah. I mean, it's the feels, man. This is
Like I said, simply put.
Dude, this is a game that brought 4chan to its knees when it came back out in January of 2012. It's the kind of thing that, as Drip taught to us during the pre-production meeting, it grew hearts where there were none before.
Damn it, you stole my line.
Hey, I credited you, man.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a steal.
Okay, so,
Sexy, yeah, go ahead and talk about the formatting of our show.
well, our podcast is actually, because we realize nobody wants to sit in front of a computer for hours. I mean, who wants to do that?
This guy right here.
Oh. Wait. Alright. So, some people might want to sit in front of the computer for hours, but some people might not. So, the idea we had was to split up this podcast so we can talk about the lovely game that is Katawa Shoujo, and we can go ahead and split it up over at least 5 or 6 episodes. And in the comments below where this nice little video/audio piece is posted, you can vote on which ones that we're going to do first, second, and continuing on from there. Note, no do-overs. So, now that we've talked about that, we're going to fix some technical issues because, yeah, we're over the internet and there are a lot of problems. So please enjoy some fitting music while all of your friends here at Newbs Afternoon Delight take a break, and we'll be right back.
Thinking of who's working up my appetite. Looking forward to a little afternoon delight. Rubbing sticks and stones together makes the sparks ignite. And the thought of loving you is getting so exciting. Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah!
Alright. So. And after a forever long break, we're back with Newbs Afternoon Delight. So, in order to give you a little bit more of a taste of what we're planning for the rest of this podcast, we're each going to describe some of the characters and some of the important factors that come in with this actual game of Katawa Shoujo. So, first up, we have Chessa with the most important character in the game, Hisao.
Yeah, definitely the most important character of the game, because without him, he's not, there is no game. Hisao is our protagonist of the story, and he's the kind of character you can just insert yourself into and allow yourself to just fully immerse into the story of the game. And it makes your choices like become his choices. And while that's very obvious for anyone who's ever played a visual novel, it's very important to note that your choices transform him as a character. And depending on the paths you choose throughout the story, it he evolves and he changes like dynamically, not just like little bits, but his personality and his lifestyle will definitely shift majorly. Another character to mention as part of Hisao is actually Iwanako, and she's kind of the catalyst for the entire story. We'll get to her later, more so when we talk about Hisao and his specific episode.
Okay, next we have Lily. I know. We'll get to that later. Lily is very sweet. She's kind of like Girl Next Door, and her entire storyline is just vanilla all the way. So vanilla, they reference it twice. And she wants to know, can you see what she sees?
Yeah, we get the point.
Oh, okay. Alright, the next one we have is Emmy. She's the little dynamite track star of the Yamaku Academy. And quite frankly, she's pretty much effervescent. Wow, that is talent. But she is entire bubbly amounts of energy. She has an incredible amount of energy, but on the other side, she hides this kind of hurt behind her mark. And her question, in comparison, is, can you stand up for yourself?
Next up, we have Hanako. And Hanako is like the resident super introvert, and she's extremely shy throughout her entire story. It's worthy to note that pretty much the entire first act, whenever you encounter Hanako, you get like 2 words out of her, and then she'll just like bolt out of the room. And she just wants to know, can you face your own fears?
Proud about it. She's very much in control, and Misha's bubbly and an airhead. So their story focuses more on the friendship and you coming in, but besides that, it's a pretty enjoyable experience. Excuse me. And I challenge you to tell Shizune what you think.
The final one that we have is one that our cast knows quite well. Rin. Okay, that was a little bit more vocal than I was expecting. Well, Rin is a spacey artist type, someone that doesn't necessarily seem to be on the same plane as everybody else. She sees things in a different light, and quite frankly, her whole story begs and forces you to consider the question, can you seize the day?
Yeah, you know, I really like all the characters in the story, except Rin. And I probably will repeat this throughout the entire podcast. But,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we feel pretty close to the same on that. It's not a very pleasant feel. Not at all.
what's your... Yeah, you know, I mean, I guess we'll get into opinions later. So, I mean, never mind any questions about people's opinions on each character. They'll be made known throughout the entire little series we have going on here, right?
Yep. They will be.
Of course.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this.
Next time, we'll be working on Hisao and Iwanoko, our 2 first characters to start off, but we'd like to ask something of our viewers here. Down in the comments below, or on the forums, or anywhere that you interact with us, feel free to give us your vote. Who would you like as the first character for us to take to task? Would you like us to look at Lily and swoon endlessly? Would you like us to look at Rin and start throwing shoes at people? How would you like us to do it? So through snail mail, comments, or generally just coming to our houses and leaving a flaming sack of dog turds or something there, send us the message and let us know what you think. This has been Newbs Afternoon Delight. I'm Big Sexy.
I'm Chessa.
I'm Lexi Bell. Dripmeister.
And good evening, Newbs.
Don't Google that name.
Stay classy.